Thank you for everybody who's doing work in the rain today. Early on, when I was an Anagarika novice junior monk, I was ultra keen to do the kind of work that other people didn't like so much, so I was really keen to get out in the mud, in the rain. And I remember one time, and I think it was when I was in Anagarika, there was the culvert across from the 8x8, so at the beginning of the steps leading up to the 8x8 kuti was clogged, and so we weren't really able to unclog it. And so I said, I'll climb into it, I'll crawl into it and unclog it. And it was raining and there was water going through the culvert a little bit, not too much water, but like some, but it was like getting clogged. The water wasn't really getting through because it was clogged up. So I think we got it good enough. The water flowed a bit, but it wasn't fully unclogged. So I had to climb into it. And so I climbed into it head first, and it's kind of sloping downhill a little bit. And I had this it was really, really narrow actually. And then in the middle of it, it was actually partly crushed, which I didn't realize, just from the weight of the road or something when it was built. And so I crawled in, and my feet were like sticking out the uphill side of the culvert, and I realized I couldn't get my arms, I slid down, and then I was stuck. And I kind of had this shovel, but I couldn't really do anything with it. And I was trying to and then I kind of started to panic, and because I was stuck in this culvert, and I couldn't go down, I couldn't go up. And if I went forward more, it was just more crushed, so I would get more stuck. So I couldn't back up. I had the only way out was to get back up, which I couldn't do because my arms were sort of in front of me, and I couldn't get my elbows. I couldn't grab anywhere or anything. So I was like, I'm stuck. And there was a couple other monks with me oh, okay, well, what do you want us to do? And so I said, I don't know, I can't get out. And so I said, I think you need to get a rope and tie it around my feet and pull me out. So that's what they did. They went to the workshop, and they got a rope, and they tied it around my ankles, and then sort of pulled me out of the culvert. So happy to be out of that culvert. And oh yeah, but I just remember that feeling of starting to panic, and that fear that was coming up was quite strong, because the mind starts thinking of the worst, what if they don't want to get me out? What if they just leave me here? And if they didn't tell anybody I was here, nobody would ever find out. Probably I would die in this culvert, stuck, and that would be it. But no, my friends in the Holy Life pulled me out of the culvert. So I guess that could be an analogy for when we feel stuck, allowing ourselves to be helped by others. I could have said no, I'm fine, I'll do it myself, and there was no way I could do it myself. So actually, it can be difficult sometimes to actually rely on others, because we want to be able to look after ourselves completely. We don't want to be someone who has to be looked after by somebody else. So, but that's how it is sometimes, and especially in the monastery, we have to acknowledge sometimes that we're actually stuck, and we need somebody to tie a rope around our ankles and unstick us. So, and I was very grateful to be out, and I just felt very happy that I was not stuck anymore. And I was all wet. It was cold too, there was water flowing through it, and it was getting really soaked in there. So the Tudong monks might have that experience today. They might get wet. That's usually how it happens on Tudong. First day, the devas seem to make it easy for you and get you kind of into it and make you happy that you're on Tudong. And then the second day, they said, okay, now they're ready to be trained. And then the second day can be difficult. That can also be doing retreats anytime I found like any sort of undertaking, the second day seems to be really difficult somehow. Second and sometimes the third day as well. But then we get through that. And so I'm sure they'll have a good experience. They'll allow other people to get them unstuck. If they're out just drowning in the rain, completely soaked, trying to keep their stuff dry and not able to, then people might help them out and want to. And so hopefully they have that humility or the humbleness to allow themselves to be helped out. That's a very important quality. Leave that for reflection this morning.